I am extremely worried for Michael Chandler's mental health, his psychology, his overall well-being. Has anybody checked up on Michael Chandler? When's the last time we've seen him? Because he still has a fight with Rufy up next. Somebody please check up on Michael Chandler. Because UFC 329, McGregor vs. Holloway 2 is real. It's legit. This is not a joke. 100 events after 229. My first ever UFC event that I watched. McGregor vs. Khabib. And now, 100 digits later, we are back with McGregor. I don't want to get my hopes up because there's still a possibility that he pulls out of this. 2 months from now, in July 11th, International Fight Week. This is a great card, by the way. Really good card so far. No title fights. But who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if there's no title fights on a numbered event? It's McGregor if he shows up. If he doesn't show up, then it's disaster. Who's Holloway going to fight at welterweight? Like, it's make or break. If Conor doesn't show up, the card goes from a 9.5 to a fucking 6 immediately. Conor's making this card. Not to say that there aren't other good fights. Of course there are. Like, Sandhagen Bautista. I mean, that's a good fight, but, that's not making the card. Stevenson's having his debut. This is a good fight, good co-main event. And that would be a great main event for, like, UFC Paris or some England card. But that's not making it. That's not making it for a numbered event. Conor is what's making this shit. If he doesn't show up, this whole thing could be ruined. But let's talk about the actual fight. Holloway at welterweight, he doesn't have the frame for 170. He's going to be fighting Conor when Conor's probably weighing 185, 190. Conor's going to be very beefy in there. But I still think Holloway's going to win. Because Conor's about to be 38. He's not the same anymore. He's not as dynamic as he was. We don't even know what he's going to look like in there. I don't want to doubt him because people were doubting him after the Khabib loss, and then he goes out and destroys Cowboy Cerrone like that. So there could be a situation like that where he goes heavy on the grappling and he just takes Holloway down and somehow, some way he locks in a rear naked choke. That's a possibility. He will have the weight advantage. But no, I'm thinking it's going to be a striker versus striker matchup, obviously. I don't think Conor's just going to all of a sudden become Dagestani McGregor, And if it's striker versus striker, you still got to go Holloway, even though he's going to be fighting in a completely foreign weight division where he's not going to have the same type of output and speed at 170. He's still going to be faster than McGregor, in my opinion. But McGregor will have the power advantage. Still, power's the last thing to go, even at this age. Those arms are big. He's been super, buff for, the past 5 years. I still see him on some viral clip. He's very big for his height and for his frame, at the very least. I just think we're going to see Holloway circle around, pick him apart. It's going to be a leg kick war. I don't think this is going to be a super big mega fight where it's just going to be fireworks and, these two beautiful strikers are just missing these big spinning wheel kicks before, but it's just so close and they're barely landing. It's not going to be like that. It's probably going to be bad. When you really think about it, you want to be impartial. You don't want to be, hyped up over something. You want to keep your expectations low so that you're never disappointed in life. And I'm keeping my expectations low because I won't believe it until Conor's actually in there in the octagon and the fight actually begins. I'll believe it when I see it. So it's apparently happening. It's official. UFC 239. Not 239, 320. God damn it. See, I fell for it again. I'm rewinding back. It's not 2018 anymore, man. We're in 2026. This ain't Khabib versus McGregor. This is McGregor Holloway too. Temper your expectations. But in all honesty, I wish they did McGregor versus Chandler like 2 years ago. Why didn't McGregor want to fight Chandler? That was a much easier fight for him. Holloway's just going to run around the ring, and he's going to win on points. And then what? What is McGregor going to do? Is he going to still fight somebody else? No, he's probably going to fuck off, and this time for good. And I honestly didn't think we'd ever see him again in the UFC, but hey, here he is. The rumors were true, man. Co-main event, BSD versus Paddy Pimblett. Good fight, good matchmaking. Perfecto. I'm going to go BSD, though. I don't want to, like, break down the fights because I'm obviously going to make a video about that when the card is closer, but Paddy Pimblett's best win is Bobby Green. That's his best win. You can't even say Michael Chandler. I think BSD at this point of his career is tougher than Justin Gaethje that fought Paddy Pimblett. That version of Justin Gaethje was terrible. That was the worst version of Justin Gaethje we've ever seen. And Pimblett's striking was inexcusable. You could not make any excuses for Paddy's striking. And I know he's got good submission threat, but so does BSD. So I think the grappling is going to cancel each other out here. And we might see a striking fight. In that case, BSD, he's got head kick KOs, you know. He's got decent hands. Not the best boxing. We saw that with Dustin Poirier. He leaves himself open to counters. But, I mean, Paddy's striking is just... It was like Wes Schultz type of striking. That was just really bad. Like, we saw, like, hammer fists like this. Like, hammer fists. Horizontal hammer fists. It was terrible. I don't want to rewatch that Justin Gaethje fight, ever. But I still remember the horizontal hammer fists. No, BSD has to win this. There's no way he loses this. No way at all. Just like there was no way that Chimaev was going to lose against Strickland. Fuck, man, it still stings. It still stings. Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista 2. I don't remember the first fight. It happened a long time ago. But Corey Sandhagen managed to get a round 1 submission. I think it was a rear naked choke. I think Mario Bautista has improved a lot since then. We like to shit on him for the Jose Aldo fight. Maybe Mario was injured in that one, and so that's why he just went for, you know, the clinch. We can forgive and we can forget. No, we can't forget. We can never forget, but we can forgive. Great fight with Vinicius Oliveira. He made it competitive with Umar. Umar doesn't like to be proactive either. I mean, look what he did with the fight he had with Figgy. So, it is what it is. You know what? I might go Mario Bautista again. I picked him to beat Oliveira. I'll probably pick him to beat Sandhagen. Sandhagen's not proactive either. But I wouldn't be surprised if Sandhagen wins. It's a 3-round fight. Maybe he can cockroach himself out of it and fight on the back foot and not throw shit and be a pussy. That's probably what'll happen. We might see 29-28 Sandhagen. But if Bautista comes in with the grappling and gets the back, we might see revenge. Revenge of the Aztec Mario Bautista, where he is the one that locks in the rear naked choke. And Sandhagen, his neck is vulnerable. What Aljo did to him. So I could see it happen. Gable Stevenson's debut against Elisha Ellison. When I saw this announced on the stream, I was disappointed, but I was like, no, hold on. This makes sense. Gable's only 3-0, only had 3 fights in MMA. This is like a contender series fight for him, but it's happening in the UFC. In the main card, that's why people are upset. It's because it's a main card when it should be in the prelims. Against Elisha Ellison. This is the guy that got completely annihilated and raped by Brando Pericic. He's a very small heavyweight. He's 6 foot, 230 pounds. I know Gable's also small too in terms of his height, but he's going at 250. What's going to happen? It's going to be a round 1 ground and pound TKO. He's going to pick Elisha Ellison with the single leg, slam him down with a big mat return, and just big giant bombs with the ground and pound. That's probably what's going to happen. So, Elisha Ellison, sacrificial lamb for the new light-skinned Bo Nickel coming in at heavyweight. He's supposed to be the next heavyweight star, future heavyweight champion. It's still way too soon. Still way too soon to be saying that. He's got the accolades. He's got the physique. That's true. Great wrestler, but we'll see. DC was late to doing MMA. I think DC was like 31 when he started MMA in Strikeforce. So Gable was even a lot younger. He could be the next DC. It's a possibility. Don't write him off like that. Like, look what happened with Bo Nickel. RDR fraud checked him. Somebody's going to fraud check Gable Steveson. Maybe. There's Cyril Gahn probably fraud checks him right now. Sergey Spivak probably fraud checks him. Sergey Spivak's got good grappling. Like, you could see one of those guys come out of nowhere and beat this guy. But if he doesn't open up like his minus 2,000 favorite, I don't know what the fuck this world's coming to. Elisha Ellison, I mean, he's only had 7 fights himself, so he's really not much. And I think he's a cop. So, could be wrong about the cop part, but yeah, it's over for Elijah Ellison. Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanaugh. Is Loner Kavanaugh Chinese? He's actually Chinese. Okay. I got to go with Loner Kavanaugh. The youth. The pop. He's got the pop. He's got that Manel Cap type of pop. And power. So I could see him just chinning Royval. When you get chinned like that by Manel Cap in December of last year, what would we learn? Sometimes people can come back. Nikita Krylov, who's on this card, he can come back and beat Modestas Bukauskas. But a lot of the times, these guys, they don't come back when they lose badly. We just saw that with Malcolm Wellmaker. Lost to Ethan Ewing and now loses to fucking... I already forgot the guy's name. The Peruvian guy. Diaz. Is his name Oscar Diaz? I think. Or Ochoa. Not Ochoa. Ochoa was last week. But yeah, I'm going Loner Kavanaugh. Damian Pinas versus Cesar Almeida. Two big melanated power punchers at middleweight. It'll be exciting. Somebody's getting knocked the fuck out in this one. Does the experience matter for 38 years old for Almeida, or does the youth matter? We'll see at middleweight. Damian Pinas is undefeated. His only loss was by a DQ. He kicked someone illegally. Ryan Gandra versus Zachary Reese. Filler shitter fight. Gandra was off the Contender Series, and then he beat the fucking Bolivian, Jose Daniel Medina. Ugh. So I don't really count that as a win because it's Medina. So this is his first real UFC debut against Zachary Reese. Zachary Reese is all right, but he is an American white boy. Cody Durden versus Odie Osborne. Another filler fight. Why do we have this? Durden's already back. Who does that to Rafael Fio? Garbrandt versus Yanez. Another filler fight. They always put Garbrandt in these big cards. I'm tired of seeing his name, man. I'm really tired of Garbrandt. I'm becoming a hater. I really am. He was perfect for one fight against Dominic Cruz and then never again. And he just keeps shitting the bed. He only won his last fight because the Chinese guy kicked him in the nuts like 5 times in that fight. And he got 2 points taken off of him. So, got to go with Adrian Yanez. Kai Kamaka versus Luke Riley. They're doing Luke Riley same way they did Paddy Pimblett. The Dana White privilege route. They're giving him these matchups. Kai Kamaka, he had a fight with Dakota Hope, right? Was that a legitimate UFC fight or was that road to UFC? I can't remember. But he beat Dakota Hope in a split decision. And now he's fighting Luke Riley. 13-0 Luke Riley. I think Luke Riley beats a guy like Kai Kamaka. But what's next? I mean, they're going to eventually put him up against somebody big at featherweight. And unlike lightweight, you can't really get easy matchups at featherweight. There's too many killers. There's just too many. And this little white boy's going to get chinned bad, man. They can't navigate through featherweight the way that they did with Pimblett at lightweight. There is no like Bobby Green matchup for him. There's no old, washed up Michael Chandler type of fight at 145 for him. Another easy matchup for him. I mean, that's what they want to do. Whitaker versus Krylov. He is moving up to 205 against Krylov. Krylov is ranked. He just beat Bukauskas. Whitaker fought at 170. He doesn't have the frame for 205. I'm sorry. No, lighter man skill doesn't come into effect. I'm going Krylov. You have to go Krylov. He got knocked out by Guskov and Reyes, who are big 205ers. Do you see Whitaker doing that to Krylov? No. Krylov is legit like 6'3". Yeah, it says right here, 6'3". Look at that reach advantage. Easy win for Krylov. It is. I don't see Whitaker winning this. He's not 6 foot, too. He's like 5'11". He's 5'11". He's not 6 foot. The only way he wins is big head kick out of nowhere. But Krylov is dynamic, or he was dynamic. And then we all doubted him going into the Bukauskas fight, and then he pulls that out of the bag. Cortez versus Kong Wang. Kong Wang beat Eduarda Mora. She's really long. Or apparently not, if the heights are to be believed. But I thought she was really tall and long for the division. Tracy Cortez. Say what you want about her. She's a crazy bitch. But she's got a nice jiggly ass. And if she gave me the opportunity to eat my way out of a very tight triangle choke, I would. Okay? I would, and don't pretend that you wouldn't either. Don't pretend that you wouldn't either. I know she's got a lot of makeup. I know her face is kind of rough and rugged. You know, she's got that Ione Barcelos phenotype underneath that makeup. But shapes matter. Okay? I'm so disgusting. What am I talking about, man? I'm so fucking disgusting. That's UFC 320. God damn it, I did it again. 329. I keep looking back at 229 because it was my first ever card. I still remember it. Tony Ferguson was on that card. Volkov versus Derek Lewis was on that card. And I didn't really know who any of those guys were. Oh my god, who the fuck is Derek Lewis? That was my first ever Derek Lewis fight. Seeing him chin Volkov in the last minute of the third round. So it's going to be crazy. Have people done predictions yet? They have already. Holloway, BSD, Sandhagen's a favorite. Gable Stevenson's a big favorite, of course. Kavanaugh, Pinas, Gandra, Durden, Yanez. So pretty much what I was thinking. Whoa, they're going Whitaker? I don't agree with that at all. 88% are going Whitaker. Dude, I know he's going to be thick. He doesn't have to worry about a weight cut. I get that. He's going to be very wide. But I doubted Krylov in that last fight, and he pulled it out. And Bukauskas is a big dude, too. And I know he just fought and had a split decision. It wasn't split. It should have been unanimous decision for Bukauskas. I don't know why that was split. And it was a short notice fight. Supposed to be against Bellato. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, motherfucker.